Hi guys, this is Jeremy for VoiceOver Startup. Just wanted to give you a quick update. I'm in my truck, you can tell. I'm actually here waiting for my son and his friend to finish fishing here. It's really smoky. I'm in Washington State. There are fires everywhere, so it's really smoky. But I had a minute and just wanted to give you kind of a channel update. I haven't been real active on this channel. I've been really busy, but just haven't been putting the time in to this channel, unfortunately. My podcast has really kind of taken off. I have the Classic Guitar Rock podcast. I have another YouTube channel called Classic Guitar Rock, if you'd like to check that out. But the podcast has done really well. Since we launched last November, we're up in the top 1.5% globally of podcasts. Now, that's a little misleading. It sounds really good when you can say, we're in the top 1.5%, and it is cool. But the reality is, the vast majority of podcasts never make it past about the fifth episode. So it's really a battle of attrition. If you stick with the podcast and keep making episodes and promoting it, you have a good chance of rating fairly high in the worldwide rankings. We have almost 25,000 downloads, but that just goes to show you that with 25,000 downloads, you're in the top 1.5%. Okay. And then you imagine someone like a Joe Rogan with millions and millions and millions of downloads. Obviously, he's the top. But it just shows you how there are millions and millions of podcasts. And even with just modest downloads, like 25,000, that puts you in the upper ranks, top 1.5%. So anyways, check out the Classic Guitar Rock podcast. We'll be talking more about that. Podcasting is really a big opportunity if you're interested in voiceover work. That's just one of the many avenues that you can take, and you can make money podcasting. You don't have to have millions of downloads. It's one of the things I want to talk about is I am monetizing my podcast, and I am making money with my podcast, even though it's very modest, only 25,000 total downloads. There are ways you can be making money right now with a podcast. So that's one of the things I want to talk about. Another thing I want to talk about is you'll notice on the channel 2 new playlists. Last week, my wife reorganized the basement, and lo and behold, she dug up this shoebox of my old radio aircheck tapes. And so I've made 2 different lists. I used to collect aircheck tapes in the 80s and 90s. So I've started uploading some of these airchecks from New York City. I've got some from Houston, some from Phoenix. So you'll see those. I've already uploaded some of the New York ones, and I have more. And I also found some of mine, yours truly, some of my old air checks from the late 80s, early 90s, when I was working in mostly CHR radio back in Oklahoma. And so I've started posting those in there, and for no other reason than for you to hear an example of what my voiceover work was like back then as a disc jockey. It's kind of funny. My kids didn't even think they didn't believe it was me, but that's me. And there's a big overlap, obviously, between radio folks and voiceover folks. Radio people, by definition, usually do voiceovers. They're doing commercials and that sort of thing. Though there are voiceover people who've never done radio, but there is quite a bit of overlap. Anyways, I thought it might be interesting to post some of those radio air checks. So if you want to hear, it's like a time capsule. If you want to hear what radio sounded like in 1990, I've posted a lot up there that you can check out. From major markets, and then from me in just a small market in Oklahoma, you can hear what it sounded like back then. And one video I have coming up, which will be fun. I had a terrible experience with a customer recently on Fiverr, and I want to kind of share some details about that because it's kind of funny and it's kind of a cautionary tale. And so that'll be coming up in a video soon. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to check in and say hi, and I will start posting more often. Feel free to check out those radio air checks, and also pop over and check out the Classic Guitar Rock podcast. It's there. It's on all the platforms that play podcasts, and we'll be talking more about podcasting in upcoming episodes. Thanks and take care. Bye bye.